the word Paropakara word, I was reminded of a very popular shloka. When we were small, we used to keep chanting that. So it says, Paropakaraya phalanti vrikshaha, Paropakaraya vahanti duha nadyaha, Paropakaraya duhanti gavaha, Paropakarartham idam shariram. Mama shariram, idam shariram.
Idam shariram.
Idam shariram.
Idam shariram. Very good. That's very good.
I just
why don't you go ahead and explain that? It's pretty straightforward. Yeah, explain. It's a beautiful.
Yeah, so Paropakaraya phalanti vrikshaha is just as the tree gives, and is sacrificing and giving. So also Paropakaraya vahanti nadyaha. So also the ocean, also the ocean gives. And then I just had to go back to that shloka. So
Paropakaraya duhanti gavaha.
Duhanti gavaha. So
the cows give milk for others, not for its own sake. It doesn't drink its milk.
That is that. And the last one, of course, our shariram is meant for, to be giving. Whatever we can do, we give and we do. So that is
summarized by Swami Vivekananda in one statement. They alone live who live for others. The rest are more dead than alive.
Right. So that's it, Swamiji. That's what I wanted to just. It kept ringing up, but it just kept coming to my mind. I said, let me express it. So
correct. Paropakaraya. This one, first one, phalanti vriksha.
Phalanti vriksha.
So, phalanti, fruits.
Yeah, fruits.
It is giving the fruit, phalanti. But the poor tree has not tasted even one fruit.
Not one.
Not once has it tasted its own fruit. And then Paropakaraya Vahanti. Nadya means rivers.
Vahanti flows. Give water.
They flow. Rivers flow. And the rivers don't benefit from their own water.
Yeah.
Paropakaraya duhanti gavaha. Very good. Paropakara.
Yeah.
Another cryptic statement is there. Sharira madhyam khalu dharma sadhanam. Like that. Sharira madhyam khalu dharma sadhanam. Hey, Adhyam, first and foremost, this body is meant for dharma. That is, somewhere it comes, I don't know where. So now what? We have this one, what you said, Paropakaraya. Then we have Shrotrasya Bhushanam. Shrotram. Yes. Then we have this other one, Kattasya.
Kattasya Bhushanam. Shastra.
Yeah. We have three.
Shastram. Satyam.
Yeah.
Satyam. Sorry. Sorry. Yes.
Very good.
Okay, Guruji. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Benny.
Thank you.
Vaidya, go ahead.
Chakravarti, namaste. You had mentioned Apara Prakriti and Para Prakriti. Can you briefly say it again? It's not very clear in my mind. Thank you.
Yeah, so that was done in the 7th chapter. So a very interesting chapter where he talks about this Apara Prakriti and Para Prakriti. Okay. He introduces the word Prakriti for the first time there. Okay. So this world of moving, when we say world, we look at various things, objects and galaxies, small, minute, viruses onwards to galaxies, very big and small, lot of things going on. Every atom can produce a whole department. Virology department is there. One little virus can create a virology department. Why can't people say, hey, it's a small virus. Why don't you, the knowledge of the virus should not be much. Should be over in a few lines, right? At least that's all over. Why? Because it's small. No. The smaller it is, the more it looks like more vast, bigger the science behind it is. And so this is how the whole world is. And so when we say Saguna Brahma, okay, we are referring to an Ishvara which is all pervasive, an Ishvara that has done Srishti, that is doing Sthiti, and that is doing Laya. Okay. Still being part of the world, being part of this world only. And Srishti, Sthiti, Laya is the way you can summarize all activities of this universe. Okay? Bringing a time span, going as far as possible in this time span also. And so Chatur Yuga and Brahma's Yuga, etc. 100 Brahma years and everything is the time span. And after the 100 Brahma years, the Laya will happen. And Laya will happen means it's not like everything is gone, but everything is in a seed form. Like a seed is just waiting for the right time for it to sprout. So that is the seed form is Laya. And then again, Srishti, Sthiti, etc. will continue. Okay. So this continuing, who is doing all this? If you say, you have to bring Apara Prakriti there. Why? Because Para Prakriti equated to Nirgunam Brahma. Nirgunam Brahma can't do anything. Nirgunam Brahma is Akarta. Nirgunam Brahma is what? Ashabdam, Asparsham, Arupam, Abhyayam, Tatharasam, Nityam, Agandhavachayat. Hey, Ashabdam, Asparsham, no smell, no taste, no form, nothing. Nirgunam Brahma is like that. And therefore, Nirgunam Brahma also all pervasive and is Akarta also can't do anything. Nirgunam Brahma cannot claim anything. In fact, somebody else is needed to claim Nirgunam Brahma. To even talk about Nirgunam Brahma, we people are needed and we should have Kartritvam, we should have everything. And only such a being can talk about, visualize Nirgunam Brahma. And so he introduced that concept. Paraprakriti. So he attributes the entire Srishti Sthiti Laya to Aparaprakriti. And then he calls Nirgunam Brahma as Paraprakriti. Para. And then 15th chapter, Uttama Purushastvanyaha Paramatmayetyudahritaha. Uttamaha Purushaha, he says there in the 15th chapter. Here, Paraprakriti. So that's the same ideas mentioned using different words in different chapters.
So Jaykumarji, the Uttama, so there's Purusha and Prakriti. If you divide, then Uttama Purusha is Purusha, and also Para Prakriti. Correct.
In that 7th chapter, Para Prakriti language, here Purusha and Prakriti language. Correct.
Okay. And yeah, that's good. That's good. And then when you say Apara Prakriti,
because you can't.
Apara Prakriti is. Huh?
Go ahead.
So when you say Apara Prakriti, then Apara Prakriti is the world created, or is it Ishvara? I mean, Nirguna Brahman from Maya is Ishvara.
Yeah. The minute you want to attribute something, then you can only talk about Apara Prakriti.
Mm-hmm.
So Maya Sahita Brahma,
Mm-hmm.
which results in Srishti, etc. All that has to come under Apara Prakriti.
Mm-hmm.
Para Prakriti means that it sustains all this activity. Even Ishvara's activity is sustained by Para Prakriti.
Mm-hmm.
That is why Krishna can say you and I are identical. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, you and I can't be identical.
Right.
Jnani tu atmaiva me matam. When did he say that? He said that somewhere. Okay.
Yeah.
Said that in one of the chapters. Okay. Recently. I don't know where it comes. Jnani tu atmaiva me matam. I consider the jnani to be myself. How can jnani be myself? How can jnani be myself? I have a form, name form. All of us have name form. Krishna has a name and form. How can two names and forms be identical? Jnani tu atma eva. That atma here means myself. How can a jnani be myself? Please tell me. How is it possible? How is that statement even possible? It's sacrilege. In other languages, they will use the word.
Yeah.
It's blasphemy. Blasphemy it is.
Yeah.
Krishna has uttered a statement that is tantamount to blasphemy. Okay. And so that means what? That means apara prakriti, all kinds of things happening. You attribute that to apara prakriti. Para prakriti, you have to come down to para prakriti. Only then Krishna can say jnani tu atmaiva vetam. Only then tattvamasi is possible. Only then I can say brahmasmi.
Right.
Brahmasmi. Aham sagunam brahma nasmi. Aham nirgunam brahma eva asmi. Correct?
Right. Correct. So then the other words, apara prakriti is equivalent to Ishvara, who is also the, abhinna nimitta upadana karana. So that means the srishti itself is considered as apara prakriti also.
Correct.
Right? Because it's upadana karana of Ishvara. And then the nimitta karana is also included in this apara prakriti. Okay,
Yes.
so that's a good insight.
The minute you say karanam, because you only use the word karanam. If you say karanam, you are expecting a karyam. Otherwise, karanam is meaningless. Without effect, cause is meaningless.
Right.
When you say cause, you have an effect in mind for which you are searching for a cause. Otherwise, we won't use the word cause, cause.
Yeah.
We will not ask the doctor, what is the cause for this condition? This condition is there. I want to know the cause. That's why I'm using the word cause. Therefore, the minute you say upadana karanam, any type of karanam you say, you're already in apara prakriti. Because there is no karanam for nirgunam brahma. Nirgunam brahma is neither karanam nor karyam. So that is a way to look at it. Correct, Vaidya? Agreed with that?
Yeah, I agree. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else?
Jai Kumarji.
Yeah, Bhagya, go ahead.
I always get confused here with Karma Yogi, Jnana Yogi, and then Jivan Mukta. So I vaguely remember somewhere if you are a Karma Yogi, you don't get moksha. You have to be a Jnana Yogi. Is that true?
It depends on how people define Karma Yoga. Let me answer that question that way. In this class, in the way we have defined it, we are saying Karma Yoga is meant to get Antakarana Shuddhi, Chitta Shuddhi. I need that Prasada Buddhi and Ishwararpana Buddhi. That kind of bhavana is needed for me to begin to think of the whole universe, to begin to think about Ishvara, right? And then begin to understand what this Ishvara is. Ours is the only culture where we talk about understanding Ishvara, not believing in Ishvara. Believing Ishvara means there is nothing to study, correct? There is only good stories to hear. If you believe in Ishvara, stories we've all heard. Very good, very important. But You have to understand Ishvara, if you have to understand a statement, Tat Tvam Asi, correct? It's an
Right.
equation. Tat Tvam Asi is an equation. You are that. If somebody says, what is this? You have to redefine, you have to re-understand what is the meaning of you. You means I here, right? I means what? Who am I? That question becomes very important. So what we are saying in this, the way we are learning is, Lokesmin Vividha Nishta Pura Prokta Maya Naga Jnana Yogena Sankhyanam Karma Yogena Yogena. So there, often some commentators, they will split the two, saying you can choose either Karma Yoga or Jnana Yoga and get moksha. Your question comes from that mindset. Every book talks like that. Many books talk like that. Therefore, your question is valid. Your question is valid because that is how our mind is trained to think. But the way, what is our definition of moksha? See, if moksha is apyam, apya vishaya. What is apyam? What are the 4 types of outcomes of karma? What are the four types of outcomes of karma?
Jnana, bhakti.
No.
Apyam, prapyam, vikaryam. And all.
Yeah. So,
And
utpadyam,
Savaskaram.
utpadyam, apyam or prapyam, samskaryam and vikaryam. These are the only 4 outcomes of karma. Karma means action or a series of actions. Utpadyam, production. You can produce something. Baby is born, created something. And so that is utpadyam. Then apyam. Apyam means going to some place, reaching another place. That is called apyam. Reaching another place. Only karma can make me go from place A to place B, right? Sitting and meditating will not take me from place A to place B. Not possible. Okay. Then what? Then samskaryam, vikaryam. Samskaryam means refining, cleaning, etc. It's like dusting the house here. After once in a week, you do something. That's called samskaryam. Vikaryam, changing completely. So you boil milk and then you want dahi tomorrow. So tonight you do that. Go through that process. You do this and then automatically next day in the morning, milk is disappeared and it's replaced by yogurt. So that's all vikari. All right. These are the only 4 types of results from any karma. Only 4 types of. Okay. Now, if moksha is defined as going to heaven, okay, if moksha is defined as going to heaven, which is how it is defined in most places. This is a popular definition of moksha, correct? Popular definition. It's not wrong. We don't say it's wrong, but it's a popular definition. And then what happens? Then you have to go somewhere. The minute you have to go somewhere, then you have what? You have options. Options. I want to fill up my stomach, hungry. Options. I want to get a degree. Why do you want to get a degree? I want to get a job. Oh, okay. Options. These days, the world is full of options. Options apply only to karma. I want to go somewhere, vacation. Options. I want to get a job. Okay, options. Where do you want to get a job? This company, private, government, this, that, on and on. This just goes on and on. Options. Okay. Now, suppose I say, you found somebody looked at a snake and is afraid. But you know that it's not a snake. Somebody mistook something as a snake. Okay? You tell me, Bhagyaji, how many options are there for this man or this boy or girl? How many options are there to remove that fear? To remove that fear. Options. Tell me how many options. Can we teach that girl Bharatanatyam so that she can be removed from fear? Can we teach Taekwondo, Taekwondo, Karate and all? Maybe the fear will go away. Can we give him nutritious food, alfalfa and all that? So that the fear will go away? Can we make him study hard and make him get some top-notch degrees so that that fear will go away? Answer is no, correct?
No.
No karma can remove this fear. The only thing that will remove this fear is what?
knowledge.
No.
Is the knowledge, jnanam, that this is not rope. I mean, this is not snake. It's rope. You have to know, that person has to know it. Until that knowledge takes place, the fear will remain. Fear of that object will remain. No karma. Karma has no room here. Karma has no room. Best we can say the room, karma room is what? Calming the person down, making him do whatever he or she does. Allow the person to do whatever he or she wants to do. And then slowly say, yeah, trust me, gain that trust. Come, I want to show you something. What? That thing there. No, I won't come. That's a snake. No, don't worry. Don't worry. I'll take care of it. You just hold on to my hand tightly, okay? And then don't worry at all. We'll have just get a sneak preview. Okay, like that. No, I'm very afraid of snakes. So this whole process of taking that person to hold the hand and then calming down and say, okay, at least come with me. All just to see that rope, all this drama, just to see that object as the object. So therefore, this Vedanta that we are talking about, this whole Shastram, Vedanta Shastram, is doing what? Okay, let's say you show that thing and then that person says, oh my God, yes, there's no snake. Yeah, but all along, what were you saying?
Snake.
Saying snake. You created something that doesn't exist, my dear friend. You created a snake and then you became afraid and you are constantly living in fear. This is the thesis of Vedanta. And Vedanta says there's really no problem. Vedanta is trying to solve a problem that doesn't exist. Did you solve a problem that doesn't exist? By taking this girl, there is no snake at all, really speaking. But she says there is a snake and I'm afraid of the snake. What is your job? You have to somehow make her see this. That somehow is called Karma Yoga. Making her see it is called Jnana. So it's correct. So it's that is why it is a little different than all the other views that are out there. Within Karma Yoga, you can say everything we know, about within Karma Yoga, then any type of yoga you can talk about. Different paths, when they say, the different paths applies only to Karma Yoga. Doesn't apply to Jnana Yoga. So, go ahead, Bhagyaji. If you have any follow-up questions, let's talk about it.
So Jivan Mukta and Moksha, what is the difference then?
Good, good. So, very good question. Now, tell me, if moksha were defined as going to heaven, somebody's heaven, okay, going to heaven, is Jivan Mukta possible?
No,
Why not possible?
because after heaven you still come back. The Jiva, that Atma comes back, right?
Okay, what is your understanding of Jivan Mukti or Jivan Mukta?
In the way I understood Jivan Mukta means it's definitely not moksha. So Jivan Mukta means there is no punarjanma.
Okay, Jivan Mukta means no punarjanma is your definition of
Yes.
Jivan Mukta. Okay, see, okay, no punarjanma, moksha and no punarjanma are identical. Okay, no punarjanma is an effect of moksha, is a consequence of moksha. Okay, let's put it that way. A person who gains moksha is not going to be born again. That's the meaning of that, right? And so your definition of Jivan Mukti is the person who will not be born again. Correct?
Yes.
But can you call a living person as a Jivan Mukta or not? Per your definition, do you use the word Jivan Mukta to a person who is living right now?
No.
No. Okay. No. Good. So now I'm asking you to change your definition a little bit. You keep your definition of Jivan Mukta aside. Now I am telling you, the word Jivan Mukta means what? Jivan in Sanskrit means Jivite Sati. Shatru. You are studying Sanskrit. You know Shatru Pratyaya?
Yeah.
Shatru Pratyaya. Okay. Shatru Pratyaya. This is Shatru. Jivan is Shatru. Like Khadan, Piban, Likhan.
Right.
Okay. Indriyasyendriyasyarthe. Ragadvesho Vivastito. No. Pralapan, Visrijan, Grindan. Unmishan, Nimishannapi. We saw that, right?
Yes.
Pashyan, Srinvan, Sprishan, Chikran. That Shatru applied for Jiva, it becomes Jivan. Means what? What is the meaning of Jivan now?
So the one who is leaving,
Leaving or living?
living.
living.
Living. L-I-V-I,
One who
correct?
is living.
L-I-V-I.
L-I-V-I-N-G.
Because
Right.
leaving means it's a different meaning
No,
altogether.
not living. L-I-V-I.
Okay, living. Because communication, you are there somewhere 10,000 miles away. I'm here thanks to Zoom. Still, we have to make an effort here. And so, yeah, living. Jivan means living, alive, right? Alive.
Yes.
Jivan, while alive, muktaha or muktihi. Moksha while alive. Is it possible? Is moksha possible while alive?
Yes.
Moksha after death is the popular moksha. Okay. Person passes away and then we say, okay, another janma, goes to heaven, this, that, comes back, all this journey is there. And then another journey is what? After death, there is no more janma. After death. But here Jivan,
So he is living and then he is bitten.
At-
Okay, he will be
you studied Sanskrit. So Jivan, Chatru,
right.
while living right now, Jivan, while living, Muktaha. Person is free even while living right now. That is the meaning, our meaning of Jivan Muktaha.
So this is only for Karma Yoga.
No. So, okay. So now your question is, who can be such a person? Who can gain moksha while being alive? That must be the next question, right? Because all along our mindset is after death, you got moksha. Until I die, there is no question of moksha. My moksha is only going to be after death. That's a common perception, correct? Common idea, common understanding. So here we are saying, no. So Vishishtadvaita, Dvaita and all these other darshanas, there is no Jivan Mukta, living Mukti, not there. Everybody talks about Mukti after Maranam only. Marana Danantaram eva mokshaha muktihi. But here in Advaita Vedanta, when is this girl who is afraid of the snake? When is that person going to be free from fear while living or after death?
While living.
Living.
While living only it is. Of course, while living. Fear is gone. She can say, I'm free now. I'm free of fear. Right now, at this very moment, while she's alive, while she's a girl itself. Okay? She can say that. Like that, here also, Karma Yogi, Jnana Yogi. So that's why Jnana Yoga is so important. Now you understand. Because knowledge requires a living person. A dead person cannot know anything. It requires a living person with an active mind, a mind that can process. Don't have to be geniuses. This doesn't require us to be geniuses. Okay. This requires only some basic adhikaritvam, important vivekadi, and that person, while living, gets this message, gets this idea. The equation is understood, right?
Yes.
Therefore, that person will become a Jivan Mukta. Because the thesis is, once I see the whole as what it is to be seen as, then everything will fall in place. Everything is Mithya. I am Satyam. Ishvara is Satyam, that same Satyam. The wave can say, my God, wave, I was so afraid that I am a wave and I'm going to die anytime soon and I'm going to be born again. But I didn't know that I was water. I didn't know that I was water. Every part of me is water only. And every part of the Ishvara ocean is also water. I was thinking Ishvara is something big. Yeah, Ishvara is big, all right. But Ishvara is essentially water. Me, the wave also is essentially water. Therefore, what about the difference between this water and that water? Is there any difference if you ask?
Form is different.
No
Say that
difference.
again.
No difference.
Form is different.
Oh, form is different. Therefore, Tattvam, water, no difference at all. Absolutely no difference. Not approximately and all. Absolutely no difference. Therefore, Tat Tvam Asi. Only there Tattvam Asi is possible. The wave is not equal to ocean. Only water is equal to water. Therefore, the wave now has to decide, am I water or am I wave?
Has to be water, right?
Water.
Water.
Okay, I'm water. Fundamentally, I'm water. But I'm wave also because I have an identity.
Form
Yeah.
is different.
I have an identity. I'm not for just because I became a jnani doesn't mean I'll just, somebody calls me, I won't respond because they're calling the wave, and I'm water. Therefore, keep quiet. No, nothing. Sense organs are there, body, mind, everything is there. Identity of wave is there. Wave identity is there. Therefore, identity, let it be. Let it be. And so, fundamentally, I am the whole. Fundamentally, I am the whole. Correct? When I see myself as water, there is nothing else in this world other than water. The wave can say that. There is nothing else other than water. Purna Madaha, the ocean is water. Purna Midam, I am also water. Correct?
Correct.
And therefore, how is this moksha?
It's different.
We have to think, no? We have to think a little. How did this knowledge, this is knowledge, no doubt, because it's a knowledge of a fact only. We are not manufacturing something, right? It is existent fact only. It has always been true, but I didn't know that. The wave did not know that. Whatever was true is taught. Like that is always a rope. The girl was told it is not a snake, it is a rope. Snake was never there at all. So for that girl, she got mukti. She is now a Jivan Mukta when it comes to the rope. She's a Jivan Mukta, correct? She's a Jivan Mukta. Jivan, she's alive very much. Here, while alive, I came to know of this fact. When I am the whole, there is no second thing at all. That is what we define as moksha. There is no second thing to fear. There is no going and coming to heaven. Why? Why there's no going and coming?
There is no heaven.
Heaven might be there, very much there, but heaven is also water. I am water. God is water. Heaven is water. Hell is water. You have a different heaven in mind. Okay, that also is water. Everything is water as far as this wave is concerned. Therefore, where is the question of going? Where will the wave go? Water cannot go to another water. Water, in fact, going itself is not possible for the water. You know why? Because everything is water. The wave identity has to be there. And the wave has to be ignorant of its true nature. Only then the wave can travel to heaven. Ajnanam is needed for travel, yes or no? Look at the statement we are making here. The wave has to be ignorant of its true nature. It should think I am a wave and I'm separate. I'm very different from every other wave. And of course, I'm different from God. Who are you to tell me that I am same as God? And I want to reach God. God is there somewhere in heaven. Forgetting the fact that I am part of the ocean and the God is very much visible right in front of my eyes. Correct? Nothing. Forgetting all that, not knowing all that. The way wants to go to heaven. And Bhagavan is so compassionate. Okay, you come to heaven. Our Shastra is so compassionate. Yeah, heaven can be there. If wave can be there, heaven also can be. And so the wave travels all the way from the Indian Ocean, from Atlantic Ocean to Indian Ocean. Let's call Indian Ocean as heaven, right? After all, it's an example. So all the way this wave travels from Atlantic Ocean. After dying away, it comes to Indian Ocean, it's born. But the problem is, it doesn't know that it is that wave that is now born in the heaven. I don't know, this identity won't be there. We can't go to heaven and say, look, I studied Bhagavad Gita. Krishna was kind to me and took me to heaven. We can't say that, unfortunately. Because the past is lost. Memory of the past. So Bhagyaji, we will continue this discussion in the sense, I know it's a change in mindset, correct? What is one thing?
Yeah,
Jivan Mukti. I think your trouble has always been that. Jivan Mukti means after death.
yes. And also I'm studying Harikatamrita Sara. So that is the Dvaita there. So Bimba, Pratibimba, and then you get moksha only when you go to Vaikuntha. You know. So I mean it's always confusing for me there. Karma Yogi, he never even though he is doing Nishkama Karma and everything, he never gets Jivan. He is not going to be a Jivan Mukta. That's the statement.
In that Vishishta Advaita.
Yeah, it's there and it's always driving me nuts. But when I write in the paper, I have to write that because we have the exam every 6 months. So I get really confused there. So, but when you are talking today, like Karma Yoga Part A, Part B, suddenly that thing came to my mind. I said, oh, I had to ask this question. Sorry, I'm, you know.
Right, right.
Dhanyawad, Jacob.
Sure. So I think that now I also understood what your problem was, which is the Jivan Mukti, that particular word triggers in your mind after death situation and after death,
Right.
moksha after death, right?
Yes.
I understood that. Yeah.
Dhanyawad.
Thank you.
Yeah, Maheshji, go ahead.
Jayakumarji, namaste. Do we have time? It's only, I don't know, because since we started. So.
Oh yeah, so yeah, we are at 8:41 here. So we will unless it's a simple thing that.
No, first of all, thank you for the class today. It was quite interesting. So summarizing this.
Thanks to all of you for
so-
sticking around and saying, oh, come on, 15 minutes late. I think, you know what, we should just call it off and send a message to Jayakumarji. Yes, thank you very much. You just do what you know.
So, I know we started discussing about bhakti. My understanding, I believe most of the people who grew up in our culture, right from very young age, bhakti is more of a fear. Like when you are very young, said, don't do this because God will be, poke your eyes or something else. That's how, while in childhood, for everything we do, anything undesirable we do or not supposed to do, we say that's what. At this age, probably that is, rather than explaining all that, this is good. But we never grow out of that.
Correct.
So,
Correct.
Because that continues to adulthood, any ashrama, but the thing is that till I started attending your classes and all, I always thought bhakti, people go to temple because of fear. There's nothing, or they want something.
Right.
The
So
reason,
Maheshji, yeah, go ahead.
So the reason they do something to the temple only to get God's favor. So it's out of fear. That is all my understanding was before, started attending your class, these classes, basically.
So if possible, bring it up in the next satsang, if you remember.
Okay, that's why I asked.
Bring it up because it is an important question and must be there in everybody's mind also. So bring it up, the idea of fear.
And only few people are around. So,
yeah, we'll discuss it. It's an important. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trailokyanathaye Shri Mahavishnave Namaha. Thank you.
Thank you. Dhanyawada.
Hari Om.
Thank you, Jayakumar.